A new film explores the murders in Osage Nation in the 1920s after oil is discovered on tribal land. Killers of the Flower Moon is being distributed as an Apple original film, and joining us is Julie O'Keefe, who served as lead Osage cultural consultant. Thank you so much for joining us, Julie.
Hi.
Can you share more on the story behind the film?
Yes, I actually worked as the lead Osage clothing consultant. And so my role in that was working with the costume designer, Jacqueline West. Osage clothing have a lot of nuances and different layers to our clothing. A lot of what we wear with blankets and shawls, are about life events of what's occurring on that day. And so my job was to work with all the principals, with Lily and with Jillian and Kara, and also Janae Collins, helping them with their Osage clothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you have any prior knowledge about the clothing before you came to the project, or did you learn it all to be a part of this movie?
I am Osage, so I came in really specifically for the clothing. I had a shop called the Cedar Chest where I would bring goods and supplies in and produce clothing for different members of my community, offer different supplies for my community and for others in Oklahoma. We have 39 nations there, so I used to supply a lot of that in my hometown of Pawhuska, right on the Osage Reservation.
Okay.
Yeah, that's so important. How important for you was it to make sure that the Osage people were represented accurately in this film set in the 1920s, so we're going back several decades here? How important was that representation for you?
Well, very important, because I have to go home among my community. So I wanted to make sure that all of the details, and truly the story is so very important. The level of authenticity that Martin Scorsese demands for all of his movies, really, it rolls from the top. So there wasn't anyone that he had around him, which is the very best in Hollywood, that he wasn't asking for this level of authenticity. So when I came into it, my role was to create that, which is rare for Native nations these days to be asked to help within consulting and telling their own story. And we, as a nation, were given that. We were given that right to do so.
Yeah, that's great.
As people are watching the film, Julie, what do you hope that they come away with?
That we're still here. There's a really fabulous scene that's one of my favorites, but it's really showing Osages in all their glory today. And we made it past all of the horror of that time and are being shown in the same clothing that you see in the movie. These are our traditional clothes. These materials have been passed down to us since the 1700s for the ribbon and the broadcloth, and we dress for our occasions today with those traditions still. And, we've overcome so much, and we're still here, and we're thriving.
Julie, we appreciate you joining us today. What an amazing opportunity to have that representation in a film. So thank you so much for hopping on a call with us today. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for speaking with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Man, I'm excited about this one.
Yes, and I love the intentionality that went into making sure that everything was accurate and respectful and representing the Osage tribe.
Yes, and it's encouraging to hear from someone from Julie's stature about how she could create those authentic costumes that aren't even from our time, from the 1920s, and what that must have been like and looked like. So I love that. I'm excited to see it.
Yes, absolutely. And as you are watching Killers of the Flower Moon, keep an eye out. We do have some local folks in that film, so keep your eyes open for that. And